Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany Michelle Thompson. I'm an actress, singer, writer, and I teach women how to reimagine second chances. This video is a part of a series about leveling up in our mindset in 2020 and beyond. And if you'd be so kind, please stay until the end because I want to share my official music video with you, Second Chance. It is a powerful message, and I think you're going to like it. Discover your unique qualities and develop them. Now, we're all good at something, whether it's singing, speaking, bringing people together. We all can say that we have a talent for something. So our responsibility is to discover what that talent is and develop it until the point where it is undeniable. And then it's our responsibility to go ahead and share it with the world, because that way our belief is increased in ourselves, and at the same time, we are serving others. Tip number 2, recognizing belief as a skill, which means it has to be focused, intentional, and guarded. Now, let me talk about guarded for a minute. We are not perfect. We're human, and a lot of us have just bad days. 2020 alone, my goodness, we don't even want to get on that. But it's a different type of thing when negativity is intentional instead of positivity, and actually choosing to look at the good in every situation is intentional. It's very, very different. And also, we've all had experiences with this. Nothing ever goes right for me. Why is this always happening to me? This is your fault. I get it. We can all be guilty of taking a dose from Negative Nancy every now and again. But what we want to do is do our best to try to look at the good in everything. And it's a skill. It needs to be developed. It needs to be something that we intentionally do. Otherwise, it's really easy just to go off on an end, or a different end, or a negative end, where it's just not serving us. It's not serving us. It's not serving anybody else. And actually, I want something different for you. So, belief as a skill. So, being able to laugh at yourself is just, it just makes life easier. We're not perfect. Things are bound to go a different way than the way that we want them to go. And sometimes we have to look at things and just laugh. Just laugh, because it's nothing else that we can do. So being able to laugh at ourselves when we make, a blunder or a mistake, it just keeps things lighter. And actually, it keeps us lighter, and then people like to be around us more. So yeah, laugh at yourself, girl. Tip number 4, your past mistakes do not define you. They just don't. They do not define you. And what's important to understand is that if we're not where we want to be in life today, it doesn't mean that we cannot get there. And that leads me to my next point, which I want to say, change is possible. Change is possible. A change in your mindset, a change in your outlook, the way you look at life, your perspectives. It's all possible, but it takes some work on our parts to put in that work so that we can start to make that change happen. And what I understand is that change is not like an instantaneous thing. It will not just happen. Again, it's a process. We need to just go through that process, however uncomfortable it may be. And another point, 2 points that I want to make about this particular tip is that our mistakes should be used as a guidepost to lead us in the direction that we do want to go. Maybe it put us in a place or a space that we don't like right now. Well, we could use those mistakes as a guidepost to lead us out to where we do want to be, a more productive place, a place of service to not only ourselves, but to people who we are supposed to service. And my last point on this, teacher. Mistakes are so good at teaching us lessons. Mistakes are so good at giving us feedback about, things that we think we have no idea about. If we really look at our actions or what's happening in our lives, and we kind of dissect it and we say, okay, what is this mistake trying to teach me? What can I learn from it? And that's just a different perspective. And it all ties into our belief, what we believe about ourselves. Because sometimes, I know I was guilty of this, making mistakes, if we feel like it's the end of the world. And it's not. It's not. If we don't look at it that way, if we don't believe it is. So yeah. Tip number 5. Belief in ourselves means that we are okay with setting clear boundaries. How do we do that? Number 1 is to prioritize self-care. Listen, if you're empty, how can you feel anyone else? How can you be of service to anyone else if you are depleted of energy, of you name it? So self-care, that's a priority. Number 2, know your limits. If we don't know our limits, how can we define our boundaries? Know what your limits are. And number 3, seek support. It's okay to ask for help. It does not show you as weak. It shows you as actually strong. And it shows that, you're aware. You're aware of yourself. You're aware of what you can handle, what you can't handle. And you are trying to push yourself forward, because that's what we're trying to do here. Push ourselves forward. Oh my goodness. This is my favorite tip, because this is one that I just love, and it is discover and embrace your purpose. Oh, we all want to feel as if we have a sense of purpose, of knowing that we have a higher calling. We know that we're here for a reason, and it's not obviously to waste time. And knowing and discovering and embracing that, it just is so fulfilling. So I'm going to give you a few tips on how to do this within the tip. So tip number 1 is trust that you do have a higher purpose. And it ties into what you believe, right? If you don't believe you have a purpose, then that's what you're going to start. Your actions are going to show that, right? And number 2, identify your passions, your values, and your goals. Like, what are you passionate about? What is it that you just really gets you like fired up? I know it's something. Identify it. Identify what you value, what you stand for, what you're against, and then start writing those goals down. Just write them down. It doesn't mean that you have to complete every one, but at least it gets you thinking and it gets you putting your hands to action, which brings me to my last point. Take action. Take action. Every day, take action, even if it's a small action here or there, towards your purpose and discovering it and embracing it. Oh my goodness. Take action. And watch and see. Little by little, remember we talked about change being, a process. Little by little, you're going to start seeing things open up for you. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you found this video valuable, please consider liking and subscribing and sharing. And also, please check out my official music video, Second Chance. It's a powerful message, and I believe you're going to like it. Until next time, let's continue leveling up in 2020 and beyond. You are worth it.